Police canceled a friendly match between Germany and Holland in Hanover this afternoon after the stadium was evacuated due to the discovery of a suspicious object found inside. Tensions are soaring after the attacks on Paris last weekend, and German police say they had concrete information about a bomb threat. Reports claim a truck bomb disguised as an emergency vehicle was found near the stadium and disarmed by German police. The city of Brockton has officially launched its Champion Plan. The Massachusetts town is offering treatments for residents suffering from opioid addictions rather than taking legal action. The program has been described as a platform for suffering individuals to come to police for help, offering assistance and a safe environment for rehabilitation. Cardinal Sean O'Malley praised the Academy Award-winning movie Spotlight for its portrayal of the Boston Globe's crucial uncovering of the clergy sexual abuse scandal that shook the Catholic community in 2001. The cardinal said in a statement, quote, "The media led the church to acknowledge the crimes and sins of its personnel and to begin to address its failings." Once again, O'Malley's comments come 2 days after Spotlight claimed Best Picture and Original Screenplay at the Oscars and drew mixed reactions from members of the clergy, survivors, and related advocacy groups. Bill Clinton may have violated election rules on Super Tuesday. The former president greeted people inside the Newton Free Library polling place during the elections, raising concerns that Massachusetts state campaigning rules were being broken. The Massachusetts Bay Transportation Authority has plans to change the way their customers pay for tickets. A proposition to install quick pay technology has been proposed to the MBTA's governing board. The installation would allow riders to tap their phones or credit cards to access the T, looking to shorten lines and make payments easier. Before upgrading, the MBTA would need to replace the current card readers and install new stations to reload existing cards. A renowned Boston chef is in hot water after being stopped at the Canadian border with nearly 23 pounds of marijuana edibles. Chef Timothy Maslow of Waltham is being charged with felony possession of marijuana after being apprehended in northern Vermont. Lowell's Sullivan Middle School was evacuated today after 60 out of 600 students complained of headaches. The school was tested for carbon monoxide, though no trace of the gas was found. Students complaining of headaches had worse symptoms once outside, prompting officials to suspect a virus may have caused the incident. Authorities will investigate where the students might have picked up a virus. Sullivan Middle School will be cleaned tonight, though the school has not yet announced if it will be open to students on Friday. Many of our greatest social challenges can be traced back to prejudice, discrimination, and hatred. I'm Anthony Monzon, and today we look beyond the confines and constructs of contemporary culture to bring you our world's most eminent issues in focus. Today, over 50% of American prisoners are behind bars for drug charges, with 60% of all detainees being black. To make sense of these statistics, reporter Asta Tall has the story. Forget about the 31st. Game 6 has capped off what has truly been a red October. I'm Anthony Monzon, reporting here from Fenway Park, where the Boston Red Sox have just won the World Series. Yeah!
I told you. I told you.
It's the first time at Fenway Park in almost a century, and the city is aware.
This is the Boston first time since 1918. We won it all about it. Yeah. It's an amazing about it.
After what has been a trying year for the city of Boston, Red Sox fans have finally received their release, with the team hoisting the commissioner's trophy.
That's what these things are all about. This is big.
The atmosphere here is absolutely contagious. And we're talking pandemonium. Pandemonium here. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, Red Sox! Yeah! We won! Yeah!
While the city is off celebrating this year's victory, fans are not forgetting what the title represents for the community.
For this city to go through where we were just a few months ago and to come to this position right now, from worst to first, from where we were just a year ago, is unbelievable. And I think we have to take our hats off to the greatest team in the world who represents the greatest city in the world.
For EIV News, I'm Anthony Monzon. Thanks, Ashley. Now, why go to the theater when you can have the Hunger Games at home? And this morning here on GME, we're with cooking correspondent Lulu Romano. And Lulu, what do you have for us for your Thanksgiving feast, or leftover feast, I should say?
Yes. So today we're going to learn how to make some cranberry sauce pancakes. So after Thanksgiving, there is sure going to be a lot of leftover cranberry sauce.
Always is.
Of course.
Yes. And what I like to do is kind of making like a sticky, thick syrup with the leftover cranberry sauce I have. So one way to do it is to add some honey to it.
Right.
Okay.
Love the bottle. That bottle is like all-time faves, American classic.
That's
Truly.
right. And this kind of makes it almost like a syrup also
Yes,
for the pancakes.
exactly. Because it's kind of like mimicking the syrup, but the regular syrup, but with the
Right.
zest.
Right.
Do you mind if I try stirring it? I'll do a little
Absolutely.
demonstration
A
for
real
everybody.
demo
Look at
here.
this. Look at this lusciousness of this cranberry
And
sauce.
Beautiful color.
While you stir, Anthony, we're going to add a couple of grapes. These
Okay.
are seedless grapes. Therefore, when you kind of eat it, it's never going to be like you have to spit it out the
Right.
grapes.
Don't want
Exactly.
that.
So should I just stir this in here?
Yes, please.
You can look. You can't even see the
No.
grapes.
Look at
Incredible.
that.
It's
Just
movie
where to go.
magic, huh? Absolutely. All right. So how long should I be stirring this for?
10 to 15 seconds.
Okay.
Careful.
All right. So I think we're okay then.
Yes, thank you, Anthony. So now we have the syrup. So
Okay.
here's a pancake, and the difference between this and the regular pancake is that it's made with some cranberry sauce filling. So it's kind of already like a foundation for our syrup.
Right. And now, what kind of batter did you use for these pancakes? Was it homemade? Did you do it from scratch? Don't worry. I mean, hate to put you on the spotlight like this, but homemade, or did you use Bisquick?
I'm going to confess it's not homemade. It is from, I think, Auntie Jane or Auntie Annie, one of those auntie mixes. And so it's 1 cup of flour and 1 cup of water, and then mix it evenly, pour into the pan, add my cranberry sauce, and there we go.
Excellent. And, obviously we're using leftovers here for cranberry sauce, but if for some reason there is no cranberry sauce left in that fridge, where can our viewers find this in the grocery store for those of us that haven't purchased
that's a
cranberry
great question.
sauce?
The good thing about this is the easy accessibility to this. So you can get it from CVS, your local drugstore, your local supermarket, Stars, Shaw's, Whole Foods, any one of those, you're set.
Right. Now, okay, so from top to finish, how long does this take to make? What's Lulu's estimated cooking time?
Okay, so the ETA, I would say, is anywhere from 10 to 15 minutes.
Oh, wow.
tops.
Wow.
Exactly.
That's a pretty good ETA to EAT, huh?
Very good, yes. And the thing is, if you want to kind of even cut it down even a little bit more, what you can do, Amelia, is to kind of do an easier route. Instead of making a pancake, just get a nice yogurt, whatever flavor you want. Here we have coconut cream, and then we add some of our special cranberry sauce. Here's a grape in it.
Bam.
Ooh, and what
And
other
it's
flavors?
Almost like a parfait, and it looks pretty good. And then just so there you almost kind of stir it in, and bam, you're good to go. Gotta love it.
Exactly.
But Lulu, that's all the time we have for you this week, and for us as well. Make sure to follow us online on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. We're on all of it.
Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next Tuesday morning only on the Emerson channel. Have a fabulous Thanksgiving. Welcome back, and thanks for waking up with us. Tech guru Alice Lynch now joins us in studio to kickstart our holiday shopping inspiration. How are you doing today?
Doing good. How you guys doing?
Pretty good.
I'm not doing too bad.
All
But
right,
let's get to the tech.
All right, let's get to the tech. Well, I gotta say, if you guys are anything like me, your families are finally calling you and asking, what do you want for Christmas? Give me your list. And they don't want to hear money anymore. So if you're looking for a quick way to satisfy your parents, got a couple ideas for you. First up is a charging cell phone case. These are not too expensive at probably about $25, $30 a pop, depending on where you get them and what kind of phone you want. You can get them at IKEA, at Walmart, at pretty much any basic tech place, Best Buy. What's going to happen is you take your little iPhone and plug it in deep. Then you take this, attach the case, and a simple press of the button.
You're ready to go.
And you are ready to go, charging up, ready to take on the day.
Also styling and profiling right
Hello,
there. Huh?
got to class it up a little bit.
And functional. So as far as battery power goes, how does this compare to the iPhone's battery power? Is it just as bad, and is it just kind of providing you with a second bad battery power?
If you can get it in and charge it fully ahead before you use it, you can get up to 80% battery life back.
Wow.
So yeah, it's basically like having your iPhone right back there with you and not having to find an outlet in that whatever room you're in.
That definitely comes in handy.
And for those with Androids, for whatever reason, I mean, are there similar options for Android phones?
Absolutely. There's a ton of options depending on, again, which model you get. Sometimes they run a little more expensive just because there's not as many of them and not many companies are fighting to make models for them. It's not as big a seller, but still definitely options, sometimes a little closer to $40, but absolutely your Samsungs, your Androids, your Blackberries, you're covered.
Even wow.
Yeah. Oh, tell me.
Way back there.
So once you've settled that in, the next major option I have is a little chargeable mouse you can put in.
Pretty nifty, huh?
Yeah, I gotta say, I don't know if you guys have had the same problems I have, but definitely sometimes you're trying to do a project, and for whatever reason, the little guy's just not cutting it for you.
Yes. Project. Schoolwork.
Right. School show. And so what you do is you get a little tiny little niblet of a USB guy, and you just pop it in wherever you are. Flip the little switch to on underneath.
Okay.
And then you are good to go. Nice and sensitive.
Look at that.
Click on whatever you want, and you're ready to have at it.
Yeah, I'm surprised there's absolutely no lag time on that. It's
No.
basically like using a normal attached mouse, which is pretty
absolutely. The
impressive.
instant you go.
Now, in terms of, again, a lot of times you see on Black Friday, a lot of tech items just fly off the shelves. Do you think this is an item that may be available for people that maybe aren't going for the Xbox one or whatever it is?
Oh, absolutely. I think these are widely available. They have ones for your normal laptops, and they also have ones for iPads or tablets, whatever you're looking for. These are reasonably cheap already. I mean, I got mine for about $20 at Best Buy. Right now, I've seen some on sale for as low as $7 or $8. Absolutely, instantly usable. And yeah, pretty much everyone has them available, and not a lot of people think to go get them, but absolutely a lifesaver when you're trying to
Perfect gift
this
for
guy
your, granddaughter or grandson somewhere in the world.
Somewhere in the family.
Not too expensive either, so that's really convenient as well. You can kind of get it for anyone.
Yeah, absolutely. And you've got all sorts of customizable options and colors, and it's all ready to go.
Perfect. And can you store this little thing?
Oh, absolutely. I just keep it in a drawer below with the mouse, and no problem. Pull it out, attach it in, you're good to go.
All right, perfect. Well, thanks so much for being here today,
Thank you
Alice,
for having me.
and for giving me some Christmas tips. God knows I need it.
Anytime. Please tell me about it.
He's going to go crazy now.
Good morning, Emerson. French authorities have foiled another terror plot in Paris. We'll have the latest details, including a new threat from ISIS. And still to come on EIV News, more documents have been released from the 2011 raid that killed Osama bin Laden. Find out the Al-Qaeda leader's dying wishes next on 9. Still to come on WENT, a New England man is back in the Bay State after losing his leg in a shark attack. We'll have more on his condition and expected recovery coming next. New this morning, French officials have confirmed Aboud was amongst the dead in the explosion. We're joined now by news correspondent Sam Benson-Smith. Now, Sam, what can you tell us about the new details being released this morning on Aboud's death? As we speak, a potentially pivotal debate is kicking off in Brooklyn between Bernie Sanders and Hillary Clinton. How might this affect the New York primary coming up next week?
That's right, Anthony. This is the first time in about 5 weeks since the Democratic candidates have debated.
We've heard about a passenger taking a selfie with the hijacker. Have you heard any reaction to that whatsoever?
Yeah, so the passenger was a male British man.
The world gets just more and more interesting every day. Thanks so much, Camila.
Hey, congrats to the Warriors, I guess, for breaking an all-time record.
That's exactly right. Thanks so much, Harris. We now go from raining buckets to rain in Boston. Weather correspondent Joey Sack is back. What can we expect tomorrow, Joey? Well, it seems the Heart of the City statue is sitting well with Bostonian residents here. How has the team behind the sculpture been reaching out on social media?
Well, Anthony, they actually have a really cool social media campaign that I think you'll actually be really interested in.
Out of the can, it's like nominated.
How we feeling about the turducken this year, huh, guys?
The turducken. Well,
controversial bird.
Ashley was telling me that her family actually go out to restaurants. Do they put the duck in the turkey at the restaurant?
We put in a special request to actually doesn't bother me.
The things culinary professionals have to do nowadays.
She's more of a tofurkey person.
Tofurkey, all right. That's another new one. one for me, so we'll have to see about that. Now, in terms of turkey bowl positions, I mean, turkey bowl, great American tradition.
Yes. I'm a phenomenal cheerleader. I must say, phenomenal.
I'm very good at eating all the cornbread that's present. And Anthony, you said you play soccer, right?
Yeah. Our turkey bowl's a little bit more fusion themed, a little Latin fusion, and so yeah, we do turkey football, but football, you know, that whole thing. So it's definitely the American dream, as they say, right? That's what they say. Welcome back to Good Morning Emerson, and thanks for waking up with us. We're now joined in studio by Tangela Large, the cast member of the Arts Emerson production, Mr. Joy. Tangela, how are you doing this morning?
I'm so well. I'm a little sleepy, but I'm good.
It's a little early.
It happens. Believe me, we get it. So tell us a little bit about Mr. Joy. What's the plot?
Absolutely. So Mr. Joy was written by an artist in residence here at Arts Emerson, Mr. Daniel Beatty, and this is his third production here at Arts Emerson. And Mr. Joy comes from the story of a Chinese immigrant shoe cobbler who owns the shoe repair shop in the heart of Harlem. And the question is, Mr. Joy does not come to work today. So the answer is, where is Mr. Joy? So you get to meet all of the 9 customers whose lives he's influenced. And all of the 9 customers are played by me.
Now that definitely sounds pretty challenging. What is the biggest challenge that poses to you as an actress in the show? You know, no cast members to kind of bounce off of.
Well, yeah, that's a great question. You know, the truth is the audience is your acting partner. So every time I walk on that stage, you know, there is a sense of bravery that I have to be able to tell this story, no matter how much energy I'm receiving from the audience.
Absolutely.
Right, and now the show seems incredibly moving. So what is, I guess, your favorite, or what part of the show inspires you the most, I guess?
So the cool thing about this show is that I get the opportunity to play various ethnicities, age ranges, different genders, everything. Anything that you can think of, I get to play. And you know, to be honest, this play is quite moving. It's raw, it's honest, but the most beautiful thing is that it's full of joy, hence the title, Mr. Joy. So there's this beautiful underlining humor that comes from each of the characters. And 2 of my favorite characters are the kids. You know, so the play opens up with this 9-year-old, bright-eyed, sassy little girl, and she takes you on the story. And she is Mr. Joy's shoe apprentice.
And can we get a little sneak preview of how exactly you play a child? Again, obviously a difficult undertaking.
Oh my God, my voice is really high right now, but I don't know if I can do it. Okay, I'm gonna tell you a story. Okay?
Please.
I mean, it's called Black Aisha and the 7 Shorties.
Oh my God.
And I'm not talking about Snow White. I'm not even talking about light Aisha, because light-skinned Aisha is proof that light ain't always cute, so I don't pay her no attention.
Oh man, we are getting more than our money's worth for this one. Yeah.
Everybody. So what was the audition process like for this? You
know, goodness.
There's a lot of characters, but only one person.
Yeah,
so what's that like?
That's a great question. So I got the size from my agent. I got my MFA from Brown, a little backstory on me. And I've been in New York for over a year auditioning, and I got 6 pages worth of text. And usually when you go on an audition, the sides are not that long, like 2 or 3 pages, that's enough. And I had 3 days to prepare, and I assumed that it was for 6 different plays, because she just handed me this stack of papers, and she was like, no, this is 1 play, and you have to have all of this text prepared in 3 days. And I was like, are you kidding me? This is impossible.
Wow.
But, you know, I got a chance to read Clarissa, the 9-year-old little girl. Yeah. And because that text was so much fun, and the fact that I've never got a chance to play a character where I can be a child on stage, I was so excited.
Absolutely. Now, this is the last weekend that Mr. Joy will be playing, correct?
It is.
So, again, last chance to catch it at Arts Emerson. Yes. Student rush is 2 hours before and 100% free if you're wondering. So,
right.
Again, definitely go out and watch this important work.
Yes, make sure you check it out. Well, thank you so much for joining us today, Tangela. We really appreciate you.
And find out what exactly the Boston Marathon looks like from the Wellesley Scream Tunnel. They call it the Wellesley Scream Tunnel, and there's a reason why. Every year, the Boston Marathon draws in visitors to the downtown area, but 13 miles out is where many students and residents choose to enjoy the event.
It's just everybody here cheering on the participants and just having a good time.
The Wellesley Scream Tunnel is the biz. You've never heard anything like it in your life. It's totally deafening and it's totally energizing.
Throughout the day, people continued to line the streets, cheering on participants, holding signs, and sometimes going a bit further.
It's just about a quarter of a mile length of screaming young women who are offering men kisses and women, and it's just a huge encouragement for the runners as they go.
The tunnel also plays a major psychological role in the race, as Central Street is the halfway point of the marathon.
From what I understand, this is the loudest point in the race that carries them through the rest of the race. So we're just happy to be part of it.
Psychologically, it's a good point because you know you've made it through at least the first half. Then you can assess how you're feeling and you can build yourself up for the second half of the marathon.
But more than anything, the celebrations at Central Street were about the community. They were a chance for people to be with their families and loved ones, enjoying beautiful festivities around a beautiful event. It is what the people of Boston wanted, and it is what could have been. For EIB News, I'm Anthony Monzon. I'm Anthony Monzon.
And I'm Amelia Fabiano. Anthony, I'm super excited for our musical guest today. We have the Blake Bird Band in studio.
That's right. He'll be performing High School Sweetheart, which should be an exciting time. And we'll also have Alice Lynch, our tech correspondent, in for a little tech demo, of course. And she'll be showing us some good Christmas gifts because nobody likes being that disappointing family member on Christmas. But first, we do have a headline story coming out of France. I'm Anthony Monzon.
And I'm Amelia Fabiano. Now, Anthony, we have a really stacked show today. A lot of really great talent in the studio.
So much
as well.
talent in the
Yes.
studio.
Tangela Large will be joining us in a little bit towards the end of the show. She is a cast member of Mr. Joy. She's actually the only cast member of Mr. Joy, so that'll be interesting to talk to her
huge
about.
performance, and we'll also have Dylan Rockoff in studio giving us a little musical performance, and he's gonna knock our socks off, rock our socks off, I should say. But first, again, they say you should never talk about politics or religion, but we're going to tackle one of those this morning. Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders and former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton took center stage in the first Democratic presidential debate this week.
And that's all I have for you guys today. Anthony, Amelia, back to you.
Thanks so much, Sam. As the temperatures keep dropping around us, it seems like our wet, hot American summer is finally coming to a close. Reporter Medina Shahi joins us now to give us the latest weather updates. Medina, is this the last of our sunny days?
Thank you so much for that, Joey. That's all we have on EIB News at 9. I'm Angelina Salcido.
And I'm Anthony Monzon. Thank you for watching, and good night.